Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, the 4th of April. The time currently is 9:21 a.m. UK time. So guys, just want to say a quick thank you to every single individual that has either subscribed to this channel or is continuously watching my videos and is watching these kind of forecasts and recaps. You guys are obviously, interested in the way I trade. You guys are obviously interested in price action. And of course, like I say, I want to thank you guys for, of course, not only watching this, but also thank yourselves because, of course, you're actually taking some of my viewpoints from a different trader, reading price action, trying to assimilate my habits and how I read the market so that you guys can be better traders. So just want to say a big thank you to everyone that has not only subscribed, but is watching my videos consistently. And I do hope that at the very least, all of my videos, all of my forecasts, all of my recaps are helping you to see the market in the way I'm seeing it so that you guys can assimilate that into the way you see the market and of course, improve your price action reading, okay? So again, this is going to be my forecast for the day ahead. I hope everyone has had a great weekend and hope everyone is ready for a fantastic trading week ahead. So as you can see, this is the Aussie US dollar. So as you can see, guys, we are pretty much range bound. And this is something I mentioned in the previous forecast last week is that one of the things that I want to get in the habit of doing, and also, I do highly implore you guys to actually get in the habit of doing as well, is that if you are a pure price action trader, then of course, we only understand what the pair characteristics of every pair is, okay? So before we even forecast, I do think that it's a very, very good idea to actually say, okay, the pair characteristic of this pair is XYZ, and this is what we're going to look at. Because I know that there is a common mistake where we actually begin to look at other pairs, we see a nice setup, we don't really match it with pair characteristics, and we can actually get in the habit of taking these unnecessary losses, okay? So the Aussie US dollar, what do we know about the Aussie US dollar? Well, it likes to trend correctively, okay? So that is pair characteristic, one of the, if not the biggest pair characteristic of the Aussie US dollar, okay? So as you can see, guys, we are pretty much range bound, okay? You can see that we are literally going sideways from a larger perspective. Now, even if we were to analyze the kind of the most recent perspective of how we break in the highs and lows, you can see we've pushed up here, we broke the high, retraced, and we came down with a little bit of momentum. We of course had the weekend break here. We of course broke this low, retraced, we came up, we broke this high, retraced, broke this high. Again, we're not seeing any momentum here, okay? So now overall, what I'm saying to myself is on this pair, I'm clearly saying that we are in a range, okay? We're not a range bound trader. I'm not a range bound trader. I'm a trend trader. Why is trading with the trend good? Because trading with the trend increases, well, of course, it's to do with volatility. Markets are moving. You can only make profit in the market if you have a volatile market, right? If price is actually moving. You can clearly see, guys, this is choppy behavior. So again, for me personally, what will I be looking for and waiting for next? Well, on this pair, okay, if we start to impulse and show commitment in one direction, it shows that we are getting a lot of buys in the market. I'm more than happy to look for a continuation flag, okay? Same to the downside, more than happy to look for a continuation flag. If we actually break out of this long-term range, we start to see that commitment, more than happy to look for these entry points. If we actually come out of these longer term structures, and what I mean by that is you can clearly see some of the highest points are here, right? There's going to be larger, longer term liquidity sitting up here. If we come out of this in an ascending manner and we start to see this momentum down, I will be looking for the retest at some level here before market starts to drop, okay? Very high probability. Why? Because we've collected liquidity and now we're seeing where the market wants to go. And that is exactly the same for the downside, okay? So again, if we come down, break this kind of lower level of liquidity, which is kind of coming down below the largest or the lowest point, which is this area here in this descending manner, and we see that momentum up, more than happy to look for that nice kind of reversal retest point, okay? Now, one of the things is, like I said, this pair likes to trend correctively. So if we do start to engage in a kind of corrective trend like this, I will be looking to get involved as long as the price action is correct. The price action is just saying, hey, we want to continue this corrective trend, okay? I will be looking to get involved, and that's exactly the same for the downside, okay? So again, I want to see a lot more of an established trend before I look to get involved, because currently we are still very much in this range, okay? So that's what I'm looking at on the Aussie US dollar, being patient and waiting for more price action to move out of this range. Next pair is the Euro US dollar. Again, very smooth pair, probably one of the most common pairs. This is a pair that likes its ICI, and I mentioned this in previous recaps: impulse, correction, impulse, okay? So like I say, and I've said this so many times, and I hope people have been picking this up, that we can see we've got an impulse down, we've got descending, so impulse, correction, impulse, okay? It can do this. If it does this, I'm more than happy to look for a nice continuation flag to go south, okay? Or if I start to see that weakness, this kind of fake out, this kind of liquidity collection here, okay, I will be looking at opportunities to go long if I see that momentum, get a retest at this level and go, okay? Very high probability setup, okay? Now again, it doesn't have to do that. You can clearly see that we're coming down in this descending manner. If we're looking at breaking highs, breaking lows, you can see that we're coming down correctively. You can see that we have a high here, okay? We've got this low here. We've broken this low with a wick, retraced, okay? So again, we are coming out of this range. So if we get a situation where we break this high, come back to this level, I'm not really looking at this, okay? The reason being is because we're still within this range. This kind of, how can I put this, reversal retest strategy should be coming very, very quickly. It should be forming quickly. We've just had the open, right? Here, Monday morning open or Sunday evening, whatever you want to call it, and we start to range and we've just broken the low. So for me, I want to see more. I want to see if we get a bit more of this and then we get the break, pull back, more than happy to look for that. Again, very nice, very high probability. We've got this longer term or larger descending. We've got the smaller one showing prices starting to really weaken and we're seeing where the market wants to take itself. So I will be looking at that kind of setup, okay? We might not do that. We might just come here and start to impulse up. If we do that, I will be looking for that nice continuation flag. I did not draw that well, but again, I'll say that again. Here, draw that again, nice continuation flag, okay, very much like this. Price action will have to be very, very good, okay. I would much prefer, rather than being at this level here, this flag, I'd rather it be a lot much above this level here. There's going to be larger, longer term liquidity sitting all up in here, okay. So again, I want to see it push through, break through that barrier. Again, it'll be a lot higher probability, but again, waiting for better price action on this pair. Next pair is a Euro Japanese Yen. Now, exactly similar to the Euro US dollar, it enjoys its ICI, impulse, correction, impulse, okay? Now, one of the things is we can see that we were in this kind of longer term range. How did we break out of it? We broke it, we started to see that momentum, okay? Now again, we broke this, the last high was actually at this level here. If I get rid of this, somewhere here. We broke it with momentum, we came down, broke this high, retraced, broke the low, retraced. This told us we can be, well, there's evidence that we're going to be range bound because we're not seeing momentum up, we're not seeing momentum down. Even as we actually broke this next high, we didn't really see that push down. So again, we are ranging in here, okay? We're ranging in here. I'm not really looking to get involved in anything, okay? Why? Because we've got this longer term range, especially on this pair. This pair is a pair we want to be very careful of, okay? When the setups come very well and they actually absolutely fly. But with this pair, it requires a lot more patience versus the other pairs because it needs that top quality price action, okay? So, what will I be looking for? Well, we're in a range, so I'm waiting for a lot more. If we impulse down, okay, more than happy to look for this nice continuation flag, okay? Same to the upside, impulse up and out of here, see that commitment, nice continuation flag, okay? I would rather see it break these higher levels of liquidity, okay? We're going to have some lower level of liquidity here, even probably here, okay? With conviction. I want to see that conviction and larger break of momentum through it so we know that, hey, this is where the market wants to go, and then I look for that flag. If we start to come down in this descending manner like this, we'll be looking for that reversal setup that I mentioned about, or same to the upside. Come out of this kind of longer term range like this, okay? I will be looking for that reversal, okay? Very nice, very high probability. But like I say, all this price action that I just drew, forecasted, will take a lot longer to happen, okay? Unless we just start to impulse and we get that flag, okay, cool, very nice, I'll be looking for it. So again, on this pair, waiting for a lot more. On the pound, how does the pound like to move? Okay, like I said, well, I've actually drawn the range here, but like I always say, I want to see commitment. This is a pair that is very volatile, which is fantastic, but again, I have to find the right entry points. What do I mean by that? Well, number one, I want to see commitment. Before I look for anything, I want to see that push, that break. If I see that, I will be looking for these flags, okay? This pair likes its flags. Not only does it like its flag, but it likes this kind of longer flags. We get this kind of pullback, have a low here, we get this kind of range, larger range, and we break the low, retrace, okay? Fantastic setup on this pair, very high probability. Makes a lot of sense from a liquidity perspective. Again, it can do this either side, long or short, okay? If we actually get that impulse up out of here, small retrace, break, retrace, taking this all day long, okay? Why? We've got heavy momentum, okay? And we're seeing non-stop continuation, okay? Very high probability on this pair. So again, like I say, I'm waiting for impulsive price action. I want to see commitment. Right now, we are in this range, okay? So for me, period, I'm not looking for anything till we actually get out of this range, okay? Next pair is the Aussie Japanese Yen. Aussie Japanese Yen, how does this pair like to move? Well, this pair likes to move correctively, not as correctively as the Aussie US dollar, but it does like to move, well, again, like I say, when I mean not as well as the Aussie US dollar, when it is trending correctively, okay, I want to see that really nice high quality price action before I consider even getting involved, okay? That is number one, okay? Number two, on this pair, these kind of combinations of flags and retests are high probability. So say, for example, we get this kind of upcoming move here, right? And we get this kind of flag to a level here. Again, we'll be looking at that. This is quite high probability on this pair, okay? But like I say, let's have a look at deeper price action and what's been happening, okay? You can see we've come down in this descending fashion, okay? And you can see, even most recently, we had a high here, we had a low here, okay? How did we break this high? We broke it, retraced. Broke it, retraced. Then again, we collected this level of liquidity, but was it really confirmed? No, because was this showing me momentum? Okay, if you look at the price action here, we broke this low. Is this showing momentum? If you look at this, guys, this is no momentum here. So for me, this was a break the high, retrace, break the low, retrace, evidence we're going to be range bound, exactly what is happening now, okay? So like I say, I'm waiting for a lot more. On this pair, we've clearly just broken this low, retrace, broken the high, retrace. I'm not looking at anything here. If people are looking for something like this, okay, I'm not looking for anything like that. Why? Because we're in a range, period. We're not looking for anything. So again, I'm waiting for a lot more. I want to see price action get out of these areas and then start to see some commitment, see something like that, okay? Get out of these kind of ranges. We don't want to be involved in any ranges, especially with this pair, okay? So that's what I'm looking at on this pair. I want to see a lot more. We are in this kind of, if I just drew it like this, again, we're in this kind of range here, okay? So again, waiting for us to get out of this. I'll be looking for opportunities to go short, same to the downside, okay? Looking for this opportunity to go long. This will take a lot longer to form unless we start to get that impulsive price action where I'll be looking at those nice continuation flags either side, okay? So that's what I'm looking at on the Aussie Japanese Yen. The next pair is the New Zealand Japanese Yen. Now, like I always say, New Zealand Japanese Yen does like to move similarly to Aussie Japanese Yen, but not exactly. And this is clear evidence why. You can see the shape is very similar to Aussie Japanese Yen in the way it's moved. But again, this is actually a little more. This is not moving in a descending. This is more range bound. You guys can clearly see that. We're actually just moving sideways, okay? So again, for me on this pair, same as Aussie Japanese Yen. Want to see that commitment. If we get that impulsive price action, looking for those flags, okay? Get that obviously a bit more of an impulsive price action than what I just drew, something like this. Get out of these areas, look for that flag, okay? If we come down in this descending manner, same as the Aussie Japanese Yen, look for that nice reversal setup, same to the upside. Look for that nice reversal setup at the retest level, okay? Very high probability, okay? Why? It's the beginning of a new trend, the potential beginning of a new trend, so that is what I will be looking for. Now, if we actually read into price action a little bit deeper, let's see what's happening inside, okay? Of course, it's going to tell us it's been range bound, we can clearly see that, but let's have a little bit of a deeper look. So we broke this low here, we actually had a lot of choppy price action. We had a high here, broke this high, retraced, okay? I wasn't looking to get involved at this level here. Don't know if anyone else got involved, but I don't even think you would have been tagged in. We broke this high, retrace, broke the high, retrace, broke the high, retrace, broke the low. Am I seeing momentum? Not really. We retraced. Broke this low. I think we did break this low, retraced. Yes, we broke this low, retraced, broke this high, saw a little bit of commitment. Again, retrace, broke the high, retrace. Basically saying, hey, ascending into a descending, into an ascending. What does that mean? Going sideways, okay? So like I say, I'm not looking for anything on this pair till we see the commitment. So guys, you can clearly see from this whole forecast that I've done today, we are range bound. So I'm waiting for a lot more price action on all pairs before I look to get involved. I hope everyone has a fantastic trading day ahead. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. More announcements will be coming soon on my main WonderKid YouTube channel. So guys, please take a look at that. Again, the whole purpose of why I'm doing these kind of forecasts and recaps is to not only share and be transparent with how I look at the market and what I'm trading, but of course, like I say, it's there to help you and help your trading, and you guys can see when to actually be patient and when we actually look for setups. Okay, so like I say, I hope you are finding value in these forecasts. I hope you have a fantastic trading day, guys, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.